Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your end of July 2024 general tarot update. It's Raina here. I think of this deck, this is the Wild Unknown tarot deck, as scorpionic in nature. And I found out not too long ago, I'm a Sagittarian. I found out in Vedic astrology, I'm at 29 degrees of Scorpio. So now I'm really connecting the dots here, why I like this kind of stuff so much. I'm not really a person who loves gore or, really like scary movies or anything, but yeah, so very interesting. Oh gosh, I'm just lifting up the top card. Actually, I'm going to pick an additional card. Oh gosh, these cards are matte, so they're not glossy. Okay. And so they're hard to pick up sometimes. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Three of Cups. This is a card of, it's a very social card. Sometimes it's like a celebratory card, like going to a wedding or, well, Ten of Cups can be like that, like a wedding or a marriage. But yeah, you can, or a bridal shower, a baby shower, something where it's kind of like just chilling, social, happy kind of a vibe. So how is this? Oh, okay. And here's another three. In the recent past, we have the Empress card. So this can be a card of impending motherhood, or just becoming a mother or a parent if you're a male. And this is also a card of love, so maybe it's marriage. So yeah, I'm getting those vibes. The number 3 is a number of joy, like creativity and joy. The Empress is great for creativity. It's also great, but of course people can create children, can't they? So it does have that fertile energy to it, and it is associated with the two signs that are ruled by Venus. It's connected to Venus. And so therefore it connects with your opposite sign of Taurus as well as Libra. So it can be romantic, but it can be the mother, the earth mother. It can also be the artist. And so maybe that's something that you are celebrating for whatever reason, or celebrating somebody else for that. Um, this is the higher message, the Seven of Swords. You see, I love this deck for the Seven of Swords because it really illustrates that kind of sneaky quality of this card. This can be a card of deception, but it also can be a card of kind of extricating yourself from a situation that is not very easy to kind of get away from. So you have to be very crafty to do so. And I remember my partner told me this saying that he heard, saying, never let them know that you're breaking up with them. Actually, I think people should say that about Scorpios, right? Because you don't like to be broken up with. But yeah, I mean, and using you as an example, Scorpio loves very fiercely. So if somebody breaks up with you, that can trigger that feeling of abandonment. Well, the same applies to all people, have the potential, all signs have the potential for that. Just by virtue of the life that they've led and also different astrological influences. So the point is that I think it's always a good idea. Like if you don't want to, even like if it's a platonic friend, if you decide that you've grown apart from someone, I mean, yeah, you could kind of say, I really don't feel like we have a lot in common anymore, and I feel bad about that. I mean, just being like totally straightforward, and then so that they don't think the worst thoughts and think that there's something wrong with them. But sometimes you can't be that straightforward because the other person is very problematic. And so it's a very interesting thing because those first two cards are lighthearted, and this is kind of that, oh, what does this mean? Sometimes the Seven of Swords can mean that you're doing something, I would say, like kind of behind the scenes, or you're not like necessarily sharing your thoughts with others. There is like kind of a reclusive quality connected to the number 7. I think it's connected to Neptune. So it's not about like, and in astrology, Neptune rules the 12th house, which is private, which is this, about solitude, not necessarily sharing all of your plans with other people. And that can be really wise sometimes. So an example would be maybe you found out that you're pregnant and you don't want to just tell everyone. I mean, some, women wait until they're 3 months pregnant or even more than that. Or that you're engaged or that you've fallen in love. You might want to kind of like the 3 of Cups, you might tell your good friends, but you don't want to tell everybody. But there's some kind of like a hidden quality with that card. I'm just going to keep going and seeing if anything else pops up. What crosses you is the Knight of Wands. This deck says Son of Wands. The Knight of Wands is attributed to Sagittarius. I would say Aries because I feel like it has a warrior quality to it. But in any case, it can be... Oh, oh boy. I wonder, I kind of like in the back of my mind, I thought about this, but I was afraid almost to say it because especially with Scorpio, some Scorpios might be like totally offended that I would even suggest that you would, like, if you found out you're pregnant, but you're secretly in love with someone else, and maybe you're even seeing someone else. And like, what if you're married and you've been, cheating on your partner? I really don't think that that is commonplace for Scorpio, but I don't think it is completely out of the range of possibility. So with the Knight of Wands, that might be the person. Now, it's possible that I actually, to tell you the truth, it is possible that the Seven of Swords represents the other person. Maybe you find out you're pregnant, but the other person's cheating, your partner's cheating, or maybe it's not like you're married or living together, but you have been seeing somebody. But that person might be seeing somebody else, and this card would represent that they are not, they're kind of commitment phobic. So, if you have gotten pregnant with somebody who doesn't feel that sense of wanting to settle down, that could be problematic too. But I feel like with the Seven of Swords, there's also the element of deception. It's not just, that you are not aware necessarily that they're doing it. But I don't want to, the last thing I want to do is make a Scorpio person paranoid. That would be, that's cruel and unusual punishment. What's coming in, okay, now I can see more why this card showed up here. The Six of Wands, that's what this card represents. And you see that kind of a rainbow image on top. And that's kind of like, I think the rainbow is a symbol of hope. But the Wands is about your sense of self. It's the fire energy, the same as what we were talking about here. It's the individual. It's being independent. And this is a card that's connected to Leo. And Leo is in your chart, Leo is your 10th house. Okay. And this is the house of career. It's like on the top when you look at the chart, it's on the top of the chart. And it's there for a good reason because it's really illustrating you in society, like your status and things like that. And well, we're going to have a new moon here on the 4th of August. So this could be a timing card about anything that's going on in your life where you are dealing with some theme of deception for whatever reason. What I would say about this card is about honoring yourself, taking a bow. Now that could mean, this could mean that you have something to celebrate, that you are going to be um, getting some kind of, maybe it's a promotion, maybe people are talking about you. This is, yeah, that is very much connected to career, the 6 of Wands, actually. So that goes along with the Leo, too. But just in general, the first thing I would say is about honoring yourself. It seems like this theme has been coming up over and over again. And we are about to enter Leo season in the last half of July. So maybe it's really no surprise that this should be what is going on here. And that means that a part of honoring yourself is never to be at the mercy of somebody else. Even if somebody is cheating, you know, where was I seeing something? Oh, I'm sorry, it's rush hour, so there's trains coming every 10 minutes. But I was watching something, and it was like this man was cheating on this woman, and his partner found out, and he says, "You can have him," like to the other woman. Now, normally you see these women catfighting and everything like that, so you can have them. That's a kind of attitude that I think is really a good one. And this is not to put down men and saying, "Oh, men are all cheaters," because I totally don't believe that. But it's really about, not, honoring yourself enough to never beg anyone that's a cheater or to stay, or to even like absorb yourself in that. If you know that they are cheating, just to you can either accept it or you can move on, and not to expend so much energy. The outcome card, the 9 of I love, now tell me this is not scorpionic to the max. The 9 of Swords, this is a card of anxiety. And I think this is kind of, sometimes when I did pick an additional card just because I don't like to end on that kind of a note, especially with that image. It's gruesome. I think that sometimes these kind of what we would say more negative last cards, it's kind of a cautionary tale of what happens if you do not take the reins of your own life, if you allow somebody else to dictate to you how you're going to feel and what you're going to do within a relationship. So I picked another one, the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. It's so the Queen of Swords is a card of having to make a choice. Maybe it's a difficult choice, but you cannot allow your emotions. The Mother or the Queen represents the water element. Well, Scorpio's a water element, right? Swords are about the intellect, so it has to be that the mind cannot be jarred by the emotional upheaval that may be happening in your life. you have to be able to deal with things as they come, and you have to do so in an even tone. Don't lose your head. Don't don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, which can happen to Scorpio sometime. Even if you don't explode, you might implode. Trying to keep things under your vest. Don't do that. Don't find a healthy way to let go of difficult emotions so that you can make that that decision that is coming from a logical place, not from an illogical place, because you had trauma when you were a kid, and now look at what's happening, and oh my God, I don't like this, I don't want this. Well, yeah, of course, nobody wants to have unpleasant things. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen for everyone, by the way. So please, I hope this doesn't sound like too much of a negative reading, because it really isn't. There's some very good cards. It's just that, you know what this could be, actually? This could be that maybe in some cases you have to, I think sometimes this card is about you learning to accept good things coming into your life. Scorpio is so paranoid and suspicious sometimes. You really find it hard to trust people because maybe you have gotten hurt like really badly in the past. And it's almost like logical for you to be that way. But it can be like, this is too good to be true. So what the Three of Cups represents, maybe this is like too good to be true. That you doubt you're good. The Six of Wands is taking your bow. Like, really, sometimes the scariest thing is having success. And so it's like it can be anxiety producing. I have experienced this myself, and it's like very bizarre. But it shows you, even if you think that you have okay self-esteem, or that you really do want to have success, or whatever it is, if you want money or love, when you get it, you might be freaked out because it might be something that's so unusual or so uncommon for you that you don't know how to handle it. So I just want to, put that out there. So anyway, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, I have astrological readings. I have private tarot readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.